Shwmai, croeso, hello and welcome to episode 53 of the Bluebirds Nest. When the Cymru C and England C squads were announced recently, a great amount of buzz, obviously, for Haverfordwest County supporters when we saw the inclusion of Rhys Abruzzese and Lee Jenkins. But also on the English squad list, a certain Jamie Grimes was featured there, and it allowed supporters of the club for a long time to reminisce over a time when our guest on this episode turned out for the Pembrokeshire Bluebirds over a decade ago. So great to have Jamie Grimes from Chesterfield in the National League. Welcome to the Bluebirds Nest.
Oh, great! Thanks for having me on. It's when you contacted me, took me down memory lane. Great time. I've got fond memories of Haverfordwest, so it'd be great to get into some of their memories now.
Definitely, yeah. 14 years on, and as I said, captain of high flying Chesterfield. You top the National League. You're looking massively odds on to be crown champions very, very soon, I think. Playing League Two football hopefully next year. But yeah, as I said, long-time followers of the club. The league, Jamie, currently is called the Cymru Premier. Had a bit of a rebrand, but back then it was known as the Welsh Premier League. And people remember you, I'm sure, from the 2009-2010 season. You came for a season-long loan to the Bridge Meadow from Swansea City. And I suppose that leads me in my first question. You're obviously born in Nottingham. How did the move to Swansea City come about, firstly?
Well, like any young boy, you want to play professional football. And I spent my youth career at Leicester City, which is local to where my family are and where I was brought up. And played all through the age groups, got to under 16, and they didn't want to take me on for a scholarship. I don't know what it's called now. I don't know whether it's still called a scholarship. It's like an education program, and you do like your youth team, and you have 2 years there. But ended up coming down. David Moss signed me for Swansea in the youth team. Roberto Martinez was manager. It's a trip down memory lane, like you say, all the players there. But yeah, I thoroughly enjoyed my time at Swansea. I spent 4 years of my very young football career, and it's set me in good stead for the rest of, like I say, this 14 years ago now that I was at Haverfordwest. So, like I say, it stood me in good stead.
Excellent. Well, from your time there, you'll no doubt remember our club stalwart who was and is still involved in the coaching setup, Mickey Ellis. He's managed to dig out this matchday program from way back when. You can see Derek Brazil was your manager that season, and looking at both sides of that, this was obviously an away day at Port Talbot, so there's many league legends on both sides of the program there. But in particular, I'll highlight one of our current board members, Neil Thomas, was a Port Talbot midfielder on the day. And actually, our current manager, Tony Pennock, you can see he's on the bench for the Port Talbot team there, coincidentally. But you've probably got some great memories from your time at the club from that season. But how did you find that year that playing Welsh domestic football?
I thoroughly enjoyed it. It was just what I needed at the time. I was 19, just signed my first professional contract at Swansea, and I was just a young buck. I was centre half, wanted to play football, but you come to the Welsh Premier, as it was called then, and I'm getting elbowed in the face, I'm getting kicked up in the air, I'm kicking it long. It was really, really good for me. It set me in good stead, and I learned what it was to be a centre half at a good level, against men fighting for 3 points every week. But it was a great group to come into. Obviously, you've got Derek Brazil. Is it Evo? I can't remember his first name. Is it
Mark Evans? Yeah.
And then Mickey Ellis. They worked well. They did really well for me. Just filled me with confidence. Let me play. I played left back a lot of the year from my memory. Left back or left wing back, just because I could run all day. People laugh now when they say that, because I'm solid along centre half, 6'4", don't really go wide. But I've got fond memories. We had a great group of lads. I'm still in touch with Lee Bevan, who was centre half at the time. Yeah. We had formed a great friendship, and we still talk to this day. So like I say, it's formed quite a solid base for my career as it's gone ahead.
Excellent. There's one name in particular there on that team sheet, Ricky Watts, who's still turning out for the club. He was inducted into our club Hall of Fame last year after reaching 350 appearances at the Meadow. Do you remember a young Wattsy in the squad back then?
I do. Funnily enough, I remember he had a terrible haircut. I don't know if his haircut got better. I think he had like an emo cut with blonde highlights. But yeah, I'm happy to see he's still playing. A fantastic achievement. That to play 350 appearances for the club is amazing. So fair play to him. I remember him as very willing, very dogged kind of midfielder or right back. And he just was tenacious in the tackle and turned up every day with a smile on his face. That's what I remember of him. Obviously, it was a long time ago. Certain personalities stick out more, but we were both young lads in quite a strong dressing room full of characters. So fair play to him for forging a career. I'm happy to hear that.
And do you know, you've pretty much summed exactly what he's still like to this day.
Really?
We obviously played in Europe last summer in the Europa Conference League, and he actually had the armband for a lot of the games. And yeah, club stalwart, and he's just about, well, in the coming months going to be a dad for the first time as well. So it's great to hear that as well. I haven't given both him and Ellie a bit of a shout out on that one, so congratulations to both of them on that.
Yeah, congratulations.
Yeah, he's made a good career out of it, to be fair, at the club. You sent me some programs too. You've had a bit of a dig about of your collection, I suppose, and there was one in particular, a Swansea City one, and it hadn't dawned on me until I saw the image, but you played and lined up alongside Jazz Richards as well then?
Yeah, Jazz we were youth team together, so from 16 to 18, and then obviously through to 21 I left when Swansea got promoted to the Premier League. But he was pretty much playing. He was in the squad. Fantastic. He was probably, in my age group, he's probably one of the better, probably the best player. Then he's had a fantastic career, hasn't he, with Cardiff and where he's been. And I'm happy to see he's still playing. I did follow your European campaign.
Okay.
I watched that game. I can't remember what was it. ITV4 it was on, or was it on Welsh S4C? Is that still a thing? Yeah.
S4C, yeah.
Yeah, and I watched it, and I thought it was fantastic to see a club like Haverfordwest playing against the teams they were, and like it was amazing. Like I was gutted for you in the end with the result, but you missed Jazz that game, didn't you?
Yeah, he was about 15-20 minutes into the game. He had to come off injured, unfortunately, and it was the start of about a 3 or 4 month absence for Jazz as well through injury. So yeah, our season, that's another story, that our season sort of took the hit with Jazz and another bunch of boys who were missing. But yeah, memories that will live long forever, I suppose. But great to hear you tuned in to watch that, and again linked up with the club, I suppose.
Yeah, it's great. It was like a trip down memory lane then, because obviously I was looking to see how Jazz was getting on, and then Tony Pennick was my youth team manager as well at the time, my second year. So just to see them people still doing really well in football is fantastic. Football, once you've been in one dressing room, you seem to know lots of people, and it's good to see people still doing well. So
I think when we were going, the last couple of minutes of the game, we just had a couple of free kicks and corner chances. I think we could have done with you at the back post, perhaps at one of the pieces. You scored 1 goal for the club, I saw on the stats. I've tried finding everywhere that where that goal came from. Or was it home? Was it away? Who against? Do you remember it?
I do, actually. I do.
Of course, do.
I've tried to find a thing. I think it was my granddad or one of my dad's friends. Anyway, it was like my first professional goal. So he'd made like a little record of it, and well done. Went there to many more, just little things that your family do, don't they? Which was nice. But I think it was Porthmadog.
Okay.
Are they still in around?
They're in the tier below. They are.
Yeah, and it was at home, and strangely enough, I think I was playing left wing back or left back, and I ended up cutting inside and hit it with my right foot into the bottom corner. My right foot's just for standing on, so I don't know where that happened from. So yeah, I do remember it.
Find some archive footage of that one then.
Say that again, sorry.
We'll have to find some archive footage of that one, perhaps.
Yeah, maybe, yeah.
Amazing. Fair play. Like I said, been looking into your history and background, and one thing I think that really stands out, you've featured for many clubs. You seem to have really settled at Chesterfield now, obviously, but the number of appearances really stood out. 40 or 50 games nearly every season, it seems. That for me would show that you've been a bit of a club favourite, fan favourite at all the clubs, and it sounds like you've, dodged a lot of injuries. You often see somebody, particularly a centre half in the Football League and that, going through lots of injuries. But this season, in particular, I noticed on Twitter, you're getting a lot of love from the Spireites. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. The Chesterfield fans, yeah. The Spireites on Twitter are loving you this season. How they must have been really enjoying things at the moment.
Yeah, it's fantastic. Just on that with the clubs and stuff. I've like I said, I've been very lucky to avoid injury, and just every club I've been at, I've loved it. Just trying to forge your career. Just in the English system, there's a lot of it's lots of ups and downs and stuff. But leading into Chesterfield, like I've just found home. I left Swansea when I was 21, and I've just never really found a club where I got settled. Lots of things happen. Clubs, financial issues, and managers you fall out of favour. That's football, but yeah. With the Spireites, we're known. I've just found home. I love it. It's my third year, and like you say, we're pushing for the league. We should hopefully could win it Saturday. And I'm a happy footballer at the moment. It's what you want as a player. You want to be playing in front of big crowds and with a goal in mind to get promoted to the Football League.
Definitely. I've got to ask, obviously, with a Welsh connection here, the Wrexham cameras, on the documentary they've done and things, has there been a difference then over the last few years, perhaps, with the coverage they've had, particularly when they were in the National League and their documentary? Has it had an impact? Has it, do you feel it's raised awareness of supporter numbers, maybe?
I'd say so, yes. It's amazing to have clubs like Wrexham. There's lots of big clubs that have played at this level, but when they got the financial backing and what they were doing with the place, and you see obviously the documentary and stuff, it's fantastic for the league. It's the awareness of non-league football in England, which and the UK. Obviously Wales has got its non-league system. They've got the professional clubs, and then are there many teams professional in the Welsh league now?
In the Welsh domestic, is one TNS. It's still TNS. There's aspirations from a lot of clubs to make that jump. Just as much, we'd love to do it as a club one day. Connah's Quay Nomads did it for a spell, a really successful spell as well. So it shows there's proof in the pudding, I suppose. But yeah, like you say, it is great to see big clubs like Wrexham doing so well. How did you get on against them? Did you play at the racecourse?
I did. I've played there quite a few times actually during my career. It's an amazing place to play. The atmosphere is incredible, and the Wrexham fans really do get behind their team. It's quite intimidating at times, like especially when we were playing them in that season. They've got Tozer with the long throw, and they've got Mullin, they've got Palmer. They've just got throw bodies in the box, and you're constantly under pressure. And that's what they do. That's why they had such a good home record, and that's why the points tally they got was what it was. They were just had a fantastic team and fantastic club. That it's fantastic for the Wrexham people, isn't it? The people of the area and the club that just to get behind their team and really kick on. I want to see them get promoted again.
Yeah, well, fingers crossed. Without, like I said, a Welsh connection to wish them well. I suppose with them and Notts County out of the way, it's really allowed you guys to flourish this season. And like I said, top of the league. I think you're like 23 points clear at the moment, of second place. So I think, like you said, a win away from guaranteed promotion, and the league title imminent. I think with only 8 games to go as well. You're the highest scorers in the league, but obviously one of the best defensive records that you've been a part of. I'm sure that's probably why the England CT manager, obviously Paul Fairclough, has chosen you in the squad for this coming Tuesday night. How did you find out about it then? You call up, and what were the emotions like?
Strangely enough, I found out through our group WhatsApp. One of the players, one of the lads, Jeff King, put it in the group and said, "Congratulations, Skip!" Like England C kind of thing, and that's as far as it went really. We're such a focused group at the minute that we've got a job to do, and that's get promoted for the club, for the fans, and it's been on the back burners for me, this England C, and it does sway on how this weekend goes, as we've just had a rearranged fixture put in for next week, so potentially we could be going to win the league at Halifax next week, and I might not be available for this England C game because of that, but hopefully we win it and we get done, and it's like I say, it's an honour to represent your country, and then to find out it's in Clonefley, where down south where some of my old friends in the area can come and watch, and I can reconnect with them. So
yeah,
it's great. It's great for me. I'm buzzing.
Yeah, I was going to say, obviously, good luck on Saturday as we record this prior to the Saturday fixture. Fingers crossed that you get the job done so you can come down and enjoy the international opportunity. But you do come down to Llanelli, Steban Heath, for the game, and I'm predicting you're going to be the only English player to have ever probably been to Llanelli, let alone to play at Steban Heath. But you know, you must be relishing that opportunity to represent your national team then.
It's great. I've got another thing as well. I think I'm the only person who can say Llanelli. People have been messaging me. Where's Llanelli?
Llanelli.
No, it's not. It's a Cliff Llanelli. You can take the mick out of my accent if you want, but that's how I'm.
No, that's a good effort, to be fair.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it. The last time I played at Llanelli, I lost in a Welsh FA Youth Cup to Llanelli, Swansea versus Llanelli, back in gotta be 2008 maybe. So, but yeah, it's a nice ground. I don't know what it's like now, whether it's changed, but I'm excited to come down and see it again.
Yeah, definitely. It's the 5th year, I think, that this fixture's taken place. The first time that it's been in Llanelli. But what's great about it, looking over the last 5 years, there's been English wins, Welsh wins, draws, and I think they're always great occasions. And yeah, Steban Heath is as pretty much it's going to be how you remember it. It is a really nice playing surface there as well. So it's set up to be a great game. Like I said, all being well with the fixture on Saturday, then that you're heading to Southwest Wales. What are the plans then? Will the team travel down and stay over? You know, what are the logistics?
At the moment, as we're recording this Thursday night, I've just been told by the club, Chesterfield, that if it goes ahead, I think it's a travel down on Sunday.
Okay.
But I've had no correspondence with the team yet. Just that I know that I'm selected, and they're talking to the club, and we'll go ahead with that if I'm allowed to play, basically. So that's as much as I know. So I'm excited. I'm excited if it happens. I'm excited and look forward to it. But that's as much as I know. You probably know more than me.
No, I've been keeping a close eye on Saturday now for this result to be on the right side of Chesterfield. But I think I've spoken to previous representatives from the club who've played at this C international fixture, and it's a question I always ask because, you know, for the last 7 or 8 months this season, you know, you've been battling with players from opposing teams, you know, particularly as a centre half versus a centre forward on a Saturday afternoon. And then over the next coming days now, you're potentially going to be, you know, sharing a dressing room, sharing a hotel room, maybe with those people. Is there anyone specific you're looking forward to sort of make acquaintance with who you've had a bit of a tussle with prior?
There's a few, to be fair. They've got named two big number 9s in the squad. Manny Desaruve and Paul McCallum. Both score goals, both big number 9s, powerful, strong. So I've had some good battles with them this year and over the years. We had McCallum last year. He signed on loan to Chesterfield and helped us get to Wembley in the playoff final. So got on really well with him. So it'd be good to link up with him and have him elbowing someone else instead of me.
Brilliant. All I'm really looking forward to it now, and like I said, fingers crossed you're there representing. I will say tickets are still available to buy online for the game. Kicks off 7:45 p.m. on Tuesday. I'm sure there'll be a decent contingent of Pembrokeshire supporters there, you know, back in Wales, but no doubt I think we'll be having a little bit of a soft spot for the English number 5, perhaps.
Hey, hopefully, but it'll be. We want to win. Obviously, representing England, we want to win, but it's going to be great. I'm excited, and I hope it goes ahead for me. So, but thank you.
Brilliant, Jamie. It's been great to catch up. Thank you for your time. Really do appreciate it. Chesterfield have no doubt gained an extra few West Wales supporters through all this, and like I said, we'll all be keeping a close eye on results for the rest of the season, and I'm sure when League 2 fixtures get announced in the summer, we wish you all the best for that. And like I said, we'll be keeping a close eye and supporting you from the West. But all the best with it. And fingers crossed, I'll see you in Llanelli on Tuesday night.
Brilliant. Thanks for having me on. I've really enjoyed it.